Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. Welcome to the Final Cut. And let me tell you, indie cinema, yes, it's popular here on the Final Cut. Why? Because occasionally you run across a film that is very unique and something you haven't seen before. And that is what today's film is, in the form of Greatland, which was written and directed by Dana Shiva. And we get the story of Ulysses, who lives in this world where everything is a party. It's happy, it's bright colors and fun, and yeah, it's just supposed to be so positive and accepting, and there's multi species relationships going on, and yeah, it's just a wild society that looks positively at everything. Positivity is promoted quite a bit. There's a ridiculous election going on between a cat and a dog where people are playfully having fun, and yeah, it's just one of those worlds. Well, and it's also controlled by a voice on a watch, the ever-controlling mother, who basically directs all the people in the society on what they should do as far as their traditions and ceremonies and all kinds of this. Well, Ulysses decides to leave all that behind and go into a forbidden area to seek out his friend who has gone missing. And soon he learns how their society actually came to be. He ends up meeting some people he didn't expect and learning things about the world that he sometimes wish he probably didn't know. Greatland is a wild film filled with social commentary and metaphor, but not maybe in the way you might expect it to be. The film takes this interesting exploration into taking, say, political correctness and acceptance and all this, trying to be positive in society and showing how it can be used to manipulate people, and how elections can be used to manipulate people, and the divisions that it causes, and how no matter how much fun you can have, well, all it takes is a disease, which also ends up showing up in here, a virus that is contagious, to turn things around, as well as a class warfare. I mean, all these things, all these subjects are covered in Greatland, in this wild menagerie that's like a step through the looking glass of of social commentary. I loved what Zia Shiva did here. Now, the performances by all are fantastic. Armand Darbo plays Ulysses. This is a character I could get behind. I felt for. You're kind of traveling through this wild world with him and learning as they do, and I just enjoyed that quite a bit. And their friend, Ugly Duck, played by Chloe Ray Warmoth, I loved her performance as well, and especially the chemistry between Armand and Chloe is strong. You feel like these are friends. You know, they live in almost like a Logan's Run type of society in many ways, but with a lot more pink and bright colors. Nick Moran plays Clerk. He shows up later in the film. Really enjoyed what they did with his character, and thanks to his character, we explore kind of the true nature of how things came to be, and get a little more reality check for Ulysses. And I didn't expect that story to go to that angle, and I appreciate that quite a bit. Jackie Loeb here plays Lady Omega, and she was a lot of fun on screen, as is Eric Roberts, who brings his all with the alpha altruist in here, because yeah, they also have a society that puts their faith in the altruists in finding a cure for this virus that seems to be starting to ravish their very happy-go-lucky society. So there's a lot of parallels, there's a lot of commentary, there's a lot of layers to Greatland that is probably going to take a few times for you to see to possibly catch it all and get what they're trying to say in here, and you may be surprised once you do figure it out. I think I figured some of it out. I honestly can say I didn't figure all of it out, but it is a film that I would revisit and watch again because it's so unusual. It definitely has its own identity, and that identity, though, it also gives a little bit of a reflection in the mirror of our society, even though it's that far out there. At the same time, if you scratch just beneath that surface, you'll find some very familiar themes and topics. So, yeah, look for Bill Oberst Jr. to show up as a philanthropist. It's a small role, but always love seeing Bill, and he brings us all with his role and just sells it in one of the more darker moments, because while everything might be happy-go-lucky in the beginning with the voice of Mother and finding out about how this society works, there's that dark undertone underneath that is just keeping things uneasy, and we do watch as that starts to come to a head as the film plays out. So there you have it. Greatland is an unusual film that is hard to describe, but I can say that it really is unique. It should be watched for those looking for something completely different. That's what this film is. And does that make it good or bad? I will say it's good as far as the way it's crafted and its purpose in shedding a light on a lot of topics that are hot today. So thank you so much for listening to me ramble about Greatland. If you've seen this film, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Also, check out our Patreon. We got a lot of great stuff there. Subscribe, thumbs up, and all that. I thank you for your support. And as always, remember, keep that ticket stub.